That's mad.
That's a weird question, though.
How's it a weird question?
Jamaica, I think it'll be vibes. Actually, it depends. If you know, it'll be vibes, but if you don't, then it'll probably be someone like Shaggy.
Bob Marley's Bob Marley.
I think it depends on the age group, though. You know what I'm saying, if you're a young Chinese man, you might not know about Bob Marley.
So what would I know about Shaggy?
It wasn't me. You know, go to them raves there, bro.
What?
So you thinking them raves there when they're not listening to pop? But here, think about them raves you go to, like Oceana or them whatever. What tunes that whenever they play like, or they do like a
but adverts on TV though.
A black
night,
a black part. It's always you'll hear a Shaggy, Wasn't Me, or them tune there.
Nah.
You're not gonna hear no woman, no cry.
I'll pick Bob Marley over Shaggy though.
But what?
I'll put my money on. Remember, we're just gambling.
When we used to say
we had a roulette table and they say, yo,
they entrenched out. No, bro.
They say put your money on something, man.
On Bob Marley.
I'll put my money on Bob Marley over Shaggy.
I'm putting my money on Shaggy over Bob Marley.
Fair enough.
In China and Albania and them places there.
Yeah, bro.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
No, bless you.
Oh, yeah, we just cut it out.
What's happening? Welcome to another episode, Free Shots Tequila podcast. Myself, Marvin Abbey. Got your boy Tazer Black in the building.
How is one feeling today?
Why you look like a bushman? Just eating, and I've got the toothpick. What's happening here, man?
There's food in my teeth, bro.
What's going on, man? Anyway, as I was going to say, one man versus 100 gorillas? That debate is so dumb, bro.
I don't know what's wrong with the man, then, bro. I don't know why man think they can take on a gorilla.
100 man, bare-fisted, bare-handed.
I was waiting for someone to kind of develop the debate, maybe like...
There's no development.
No, as in like...
If you ain't got a whap, forget it.
Yeah. The thing that they were... The bare conclusions were, if we manage to hold the gorilla down...
Hold it where?
And then someone poke his eyes out, and then someone suggested putting something in his bum. I'm like...
What part of Twitter you on?
The same Twitter you're on, bro.
No, bro. It's not the... Is that the same Twitter you're on, Brent? Because I ain't heard that debate.
I'll say his name, Culture Cams. He's the one that said it, bro.
Nah, man just baited man up.
He said it. The video's out.
Wait, let me get this straight. So you want to...
Who's you? Say his name.
I don't know. I didn't see it. So man want to sodomize a gorilla and think that's going to win. Brother, you're just gonna make him more angry or pleasure him, but he's still gonna kill you, bro.
That's crazy, bro. Massive play. What's going on? What's going on?
Brother, all I'm saying is this, yeah. Do you know I Googled it, yeah? A gorilla can deadlift up to 1,800 kilograms.
1,800
kilograms it could deadlift.
That's 10 man. No, sorry. If an average man weighs what? Let me Google it.
The average man weighs about 80 kilograms.
That's what I was saying. Okay, I was doing 180. That's even being generous. 180 is mad. Average man weight is 85 kg.
Exactly, and that's not muscle. That could be fat mixed in there. This ain't you're thinking of some Anthony Joshua looking dude. No, brother, this is a normal dude.
Even
Anthony Joshua's like 111 kg.
Okay, cool. So let's say
and the smallest gorilla is 135 kg.
So 15.
The biggest gorilla is 235 kg.
So you can deadlift 15 Anthony Joshua's.
And remember that I don't know if that could deadlift for 5, 10.
Yeah,
that's a 1 rep max. You know what I'm saying?
Either way, yeah. The intimidation factor.
Have you seen the fangs? You've seen how big their teeth are, the fangs?
No, I'm saying the intimidation factor, as in just the gorilla standing there.
Who's going first?
Exactly. I've seen Ongback, bro. I'm just saying.
There ain't no Bruder, man. There ain't no judo, man.
No, I'm saying
he's gonna fly kick a gorilla and think you're gonna send him first.
You didn't let me land my point, bro. It's not Ongback I'm talking about. What's the one with the Jet Li does Wing Chun?
No, I don't know.
Ip Man. I've seen Ip Man, yeah? There's one year where about 40, 50 man, maybe 80, I was going to say 80, line up to fight him. And they're all going one by one. And you remember I've showed you the scene where he's thumping man out like 30 bangs in the chest, folded. I'm just saying, the way they were lining up, yeah, he folded the whole room, bro. That's one man.
That's a
one by one.
That's a film, though.
But I'm saying, the way they lined up, they didn't all think to rush him. Is what I'm saying. They all, you know, they all stand there. Okay, you first.
Yeah.
And you go mash up. I see him break your leg. You think I'm charging next to him after? But I'm going home. It's home time.
The thing I don't get about this whole gorilla thing is, like, who's going first?
Nah, you got to psych up 10
and
man.
whoever goes first, the bang the gorilla gives that first brother, yeah.
Everyone's going to vomit.
But we're all in,
Everyone's going to vomit. Everyone's going to find an exit.
and you know they got thumbs on their feet.
Yeah.
So
The grip.
you, brother, like, you can grab with your.
Choke slam.
You can grab one man with this hand, one man with that hand,
And two
one
with the
man with
feet in
that,
there.
with that one with that. Come on,
Hey.
their bones are like 4 times or 5 times stronger than our
And
bones.
apparently their skin, you can't penetrate their skin. As in our strength cannot, we can't penetrate this, whereas they can tear off our skin.
But I've seen 2 gorillas fighting each other, and that looks mad.
But Harambe, bro, the
So-
baby dropped in there. No one jumped in and thought, yeah, I could take on the... But no one was on it, bro.
Yeah, leave the
Everyone's
baby
looking at the
there,
zookeeper. Zookeeper said, you know what? Let me hand in my P45.
bro. Even a clip of the 2 gorillas fighting, and you hear some white woman saying, someone break it up. Who? Who? What do you mean someone break it up?
I've seen man run away from a dog. Not to talk of a gorilla. I don't know what's going on, man.
All right, can Tazer Black beat up 110-year-olds?
No,
What?
I can't.
Brother, I am skying all of them.
What do you mean?
110-year-olds.
But at some point,
Brother, the way I'm bagging them, yeah, it's done.
listen, they're not waking up. I don't think you can throw 100 bangs in quick succession.
I don't need to.
What do you mean? Oh, you think you'll bang like 4 or 5 and the rest will
No,
run away?
like, I'll beat up all of them, but I'm saying I don't need to. Like,
So when you say beat all of them, as in one-on-one, they're not one-on-ones though.
but it doesn't matter, bro.
Nah,
10.
one will bite you or scratch you. You'll feel something, man. I don't think you can.
But I didn't say I'll come out unscathed. I said they're not winning, bro.
I think they're winning.
110-year-olds.
Yeah. They are angry. You're saying to the 10-year-old, listen, if you mash up this brother here, Disneyland.
Have you seen the 10-year-old?
I don't understand. I've seen you. I don't understand what that means, bro.
Have you seen a 10-year-old?
I've seen 100 10-year-olds. I'm not saying they're going to mash you up.
But a 10-year-old weighs about 7 stone.
What does that mean? It's not one-on-one. There's 100 of them.
But you don't understand. But if you punch a 10-year-old, he's not waking up. I don't think you get it. He's not waking up, bro.
But what I'm saying is when they smother you.
But I'm throwing a... By
the time you throw a bang and land, if they're smart, by the time you throw a bang and land one, yeah, I'm saying if 9 of them grab you, your strength is diminished a bit.
Yeah, 100%.
All right then.
100%.
And then another 9 grab you, but your head's hot. Look at the zombies.
There's only so many that can grab you at the same time. And you know that kids are not smart like that. Like kids are just rash.
Yeah, now you're talking about intelligence.
But you have to add it in there.
No, I'm just talking about your strength versus a 10-year-old. It's not as big. It's not as vast.
Brother, you're looking at it like these are 100 adults in the body of a 10-year-old. No, these are 10-year-olds in 10-year-old bodies, bro. With 10-year-old mentality and 10-year-old intelligence. I'm knocking you all out, bro. Bow, bow, bow. But I'm kicking you in the head. I'm slapping you. I'm punching you. But they're not winning, bro.
Why do you sound... What's all the vim behind the 10-year-old, bro?
No, I'm just saying, they're not beating you, bro.
To be fair, if the gorilla was sitting there saying it, to be fair, what's his name again? The gorilla in Jungle Book.
Baloo or something.
No, Baloo's the bear.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember his name.
King Louis. King Louis and the man there, yeah, they're probably sitting there thinking, what's wrong with these humans?
Like, what?
Silverback as well, you know. Not even like a chimpanzee.
But that's the equivalent, though.
No, it's not.
It is.
Wait, hold on.
110-year-old versus it's kind of not as obviously just maybe the gorilla is me versus 105-year-olds.
5.
Sky and them all blood.
Said 5.
I'd run in there. I wouldn't even think about that one. I'm running in like, hey,
Wait, who do you think will win in a fight, yeah, between a bull and a gorilla?
The bull got horns.
Yeah, you know them ones that
Matador thing.
is that what it's called?
In Spain.
Spain, yeah.
I think a gorilla, you know.
Seriously?
Mm.
What, because it's...
I feel like if the bull charges,
The gorilla goes out of the way.
it's dangerous for the gorilla. But if the gorilla gets behind the bull or like to the side of the bull and then just...
I'm thinking of Donkey Kong.
Because remember, imagine the bull comes off his feet. It's toast, man.
Oh yeah, on his back. It's rough.
Or on the side, there's a gorilla. Remember, gorillas can bite. They can bite, they can tear,
He can run.
they can run. Do you know what I'm saying? So
He can jump.
yeah, they can jump, they can climb. It's a gorilla, man.
I actually wanted to do talk about Sinners, but I don't think Marvin's seen it yet, so we have to hold that for another episode.
Man phoned me yesterday, hi, and I told you I didn't see it. What's happening here? Do you remember you
I
calling
thought,
me yesterday?
I thought you was gonna watch it today.
No, when they got time. When they got time for that.
Yeah, yeah, I remember calling you. Big up Ryan Coogler though. Obviously, me and Marv did an ad for Sinners, so you lot have heard us. Whether it's at the beginning, middle, or the end of the episode.
You know what's mad? We could have seen it early because they told us that we could have seen it early, but
we didn't take that offer up. But
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go see IMAX as well, just to see
So what did you see it in?
just normal cinema. But IMAX, obviously, the different aspect ratios. There's certain scenes that I saw.
Apparently, they were saying there's bare different ways you can see it or view it or something like that.
Yeah. It'll change the experience, innit? Yeah, there's bare different ways you can see it. Obviously, there's that video on Kodak where Ryan Coogler is explaining the difference in aspect ratios and stuff like that. Very interesting. Oh, you got the ball though. Which was very interesting. But the set, because I've seen it, I can imagine the scenes that he's talking about that would have been the different aspect ratios, the scenes would have looked mad. So at some point I'm gonna watch that movie again. I think it's something that
because some of the aspects are like full
Wide,
screen,
yeah.
and some of them are like, because I think you're saying when it's wide you can't see everything. And he said the way he filmed it, that you can see everything from every. It doesn't look like you're missing anything when you see it in the different aspect ratios. But
Yeah,
then
but
obviously as it opens up and you see more.
we also need to go to a cinema that can show it in the aspect ratio. That's why,
Okay.
because it's big. The aspect ratio is wide. I'm saying so. It's like I'm showing you the height and the width of wherever the scene is. So I imagine shooting this studio, but then every time people watch the studio on YouTube, for example, they just see me and you.
Yeah.
But then imagine there's a lens where it can show the whole and still have you in the middle like you're supposed to. But apparently those things cost P. He managed to get a budget. I looked at some of the other movies that came out in IMAX. Christopher Nolan is like, he's got like 8 movies in there, bro.
He's gonna thingy. He's doing a new James Bond.
Is it?
Mm.
Do you know how sick that James Bond's gonna look?
He's in a new James
He's
Bond
cold.
still.
He is cold. One of my favorite directors.
Something happened though that I think they didn't want to give him. I think he's doing another Batman as well. Doing another Batman, and I think he's doing another James Bond, but they didn't give him.
Also,
They wouldn't give him the creative freedom or something to do the Batman.
but I think there's politics everywhere, man. Like even with like some of the Ryan Coogler interviews that he's done, yeah. There's one with don't know who this woman is here, but she's asking him why have you been given this deal? Because you know after 25 years he gets the rights to the movie. But I know why. I can see why.
But that's like thingy though, isn't it?
Ooh.
That's like, what do you call it? Like royalties and stuff with certain songs. But it's normally the other way around. You normally have it for 25 years.
And then you have to give it up.
And after that it's something.
I think the reason why he's the deal basically him getting it back, because he's highlighted that, listen, as much as a lot of directors don't talk about or filmmakers don't talk about their contracts and stuff like that, let's stop acting as if I'm the only person that has this deal. Like, they give this up. Just like the woman was making it seem as if, oh my God, what's so great about you? And he was looking at her like,
it's a black thing though.
He didn't want to say it though.
Whenever it's black people, there's always questions. Like, even like the whole, I don't know if you saw the interview where the woman was talking to him about something, and he was like, yeah, they when Black Panther came out, someone said to me that Black Panther was the biggest grossing black film that year, or something like that. But it was like, what people don't understand is Black Panther was the biggest grossing film
In general
that whole year. So why do you keep putting this title where you're saying the biggest black, but it's the biggest in general that year. But it's like you're always trying to like pigeonhole me and try and say the biggest black. No, allow it, man. Like, we've gone past that. Like, Kevin, what's his name? Jordan Peele, whatever. All these people, their films are doing more than like, they're talking, not in a rude way, but they're talking about these films like they're Friday or House Party, where it's just for black people. You know what I'm saying? These are films that have transcended, they're for the culture, but they're transcended the culture and they're for everyone.
I don't even think the film is... Nah, I don't think the film's for the culture per se. I just think we have someone from the culture who has made a film, as opposed to the film being for the culture.
Yeah, but the reason why I say the film is for the culture is because when you have a cast that's heavily black...
Yeah, but the film it's a black man that wrote the film.
I get it, but it's for me...
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's like...
The reason why it's for the culture is because there's a lot... I haven't seen the film, but I've seen a lot of interviews, and nothing was left to chance. So he was saying about his uncle... I don't know if you saw that interview, when he talked about his uncle was... used to love the blues, he was from Mississippi. So he's like, whenever I was around my uncle, he'll play the blues. And I was always telling him, why are you playing this music? But it took him back to where he was from or whatever. He said, and when he passed, whenever I listen to the blues, I think of him. So I normally put that on to remind myself of him. So he was saying that film, that a lot of the blues and a lot of the music was influenced by that guy. So I'm saying there's cultural references within the film.
No, Marv, I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying is, because it's a movie about slavery, blues music was bound to get played. I don't know what the connection between... I'm
just talking about it's down south, Mississippi. There's blues music in there, there's black people in it. Like, you can't... It's for the culture, bro, but it just happens that it's been written very well and the director is famous enough for it to transcend the culture and it be a film, it be discussed as a film independent
but it's not
of blackness.
You mean, is it made for black people?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't say it's
no,
made
but
for black people.
I'm not saying you said that. That's the point I was trying to make. That was a bit, man. No, what I'm saying is the point you made in regards to Black Panther, where you said, people talk about it as if it's a black film for black people. And it's like, no, it's not. And I'm saying this one isn't either. Even though the cast might show that, if you watch the film, everyone can watch it, is what I'm saying. Not just for black people, but yeah, you lot can get a look in. Nah, everyone can watch this and enjoy it. You will understand what's going on. It's not a thing where you got to be black to understand certain things. Or be into blues.
I hear that, but I feel like if you are black, there is a bit more of an understanding in it.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's for the culture.
But everyone's understanding is going to be different, though. Because
that's how it's.
But Marv, have you seen it? Sorry, Marv. Brent, have you seen it?
No, not yet.
Okay, cool. When you lot have seen it, I got a question. Anyone who's listening to the pod right now and has seen it, yeah, please let me know in the comments. What is your view on music in regards to how the film portrayed it? Is it a positive or a negative?
I heard it's negative because it talks about secular music a lot in there and whatever, and how secular music is negative. But I ain't seen it. I'm just
when you watch it, yeah. But that was something that I thought that there was a lot of hidden
Easter eggs.
Sinners. We'll talk about it in depth more once Brent and Marv have seen it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone before people start coming for my head. You know what I'm saying? So let's swiftly move on to the next topic, which is
out of these 10 animals, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pick one to defend you, and the rest are trying to kill you.
Okay.
African elephant, grizzly bear, a Cape buffalo, a hippopotamus, Siberian tiger, a lion, spotted hyena, rhinoceros, wolverine, honey badger, and a jaguar.
What's the wolverine?
I think it looks like a kind of cat, I think.
The thing is, in regards to size, I obviously, depending on what I'm doing, am I consistently moving? So like the elephant, the rhino, the hippopotamus, it's techie because of the size. But if I'm just standing there and I'm watching the animal I choose versus them, it might have to be the hippo, you know? So I think they're the most violent on that list. The honey badger will fight everyone on that list. Them honey badgers don't back down, but I don't think it will win. It will just be annoying. So I wouldn't want that to defend me. Might even try to fight me.
And I think if an elephant steps on it,
yeah, done.
It's tough.
But a hippo, because they can bite, they can swim, they can move. A rhino is probably very rigid. I mean, if you're in front of the rhino, you're doomed. But if you can just drop a shoulder on a rhino, I think the rhino's toast, bro. So I think the hippo is what I'll choose. And the rest of them just sound too small anyway.
I don't know, it's a weird one because I think like a tiger is serious like, in terms of like they're big and they can move and they're agile and they don't play games, bro. But the problem with that is if it gets the game plan right, it can kill all of them. But if it gets it wrong, the hippo will finish it, bro.
Exactly.
Or the elephant could step on it. So I don't know, man. It's a hard one still.
I'll choose the hippo though. I'll go with the hippo. I saw a hippo moving in water once. I said, Jesus.
Yeah, they don't really think it. They don't even, they don't swim. They just like torpedo kind of just go in
How
the water
though?
and they just,
How do they do that?
I don't know, bro.
No backwind, you know. Just in the water and say, yep, move.
That's why water's crazy because on land, hippos, they can move, but not like that. But in water, they're shoo. See what I'm saying?
I'm toasting water, bro.
You can't swim.
Nah, not like that. I've seen some serious swimmers and I'm just like, I envy it. I'll be finished. Random thing here. You know Red Bull had to
It's still a different kind of
pay
cardio
out.
still, about the wings thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said it gives you wings.
I find it so mad that people say you got to make sure your marketing isn't misleading. It's like, brother, do you really think drinking this juice was going to give you wings?
If I had known about that,
I would have drank it and sued as well.
when stuff like that happens, I'm always like, man, why didn't I think of this,
I
bro?
don't think of it. Hey, that is so bad. Why did you say you're going to choose?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Wouldn't be a lion.
Lions don't fight though, man.
They do.
Man, they just
Lions fight.
Man, they're just eating. You know, I went on a podcast, yeah, and we were talking about deodorants and stuff, and I was like, when they dropped Lynx Africa, like what part of Africa was Lynx supposed to smell like? And then literally like 2 weeks later, they put out I'm not saying it was my fault, but they put out a statement saying, yeah, we've gotten rid of the Lynx Africa, we're not going to do it anymore, blah, blah.
Yeah, the reason why they're not be doing Lynx Africa is bare people are racist, blood. Who's buying that?
You saying it's not selling no more?
Who white or in Eastern Europe, who's buying Lynx Africa? In Europe in general, who's buying Lynx Africa?
Hey, by the way, who?
And then who in Nigeria is buying Lynx Africa?
True, but by the way,
Who in West Indies is buying maybe
Brent, can you get involved with this one as well, yeah? If you are from, I'm going to just name 5 random countries, yeah? You are from Albania,
Yeah.
you're from China, you're from Australia, you're from Brazil, and then maybe you're Canadian, yeah? Who is, globally, who is the waviest African?
Nigerians.
No, not...
Actually, no, it's even Nigerians and
No,
Jamaicans.
person. If you used to associate someone to a country and say, this is the reason why I think Nigeria is wavy. Who would that person from China say, this is my gateway into Nigerian people?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan's not Nigerian.
That's it. They won't know that.
Burna Boy, innit? Yeah, he's the one that came to mind as well. Burna Boy. That's mad.
That's a weird question, though.
How's it a weird question?
Jamaica, I think it'll be vibes. Actually, it depends. If you know, it'll be vibes. But if you don't, then it'll probably be someone like Shaggy.
Bob Marley's Bob Marley.
I think it depends on the age group, though. You know what I'm saying, if you're a young Chinese man, you might not know about Bob Marley.
So what would I know about Shaggy?
It wasn't me. You know, go to them raves there, bro.
What? So
you think in them raves there when they're not listening to pop, but they're here. Think about them raves you go to, like Oceana or them whatever. What tunes that whenever they play like or they do like a
but adverts on TV though.
A black
night,
a black part. It's always you'll hear a Shaggy, Wasn't Me or them tune there.
Nah.
You're not gonna hear no woman, no cry.
But I'll pick Bob
man.
Marley over Shaggy though.
But what?
I'll put my money on.
I remember
we're just gambling.
when we used to say
we had a roulette table and they say, yo,
they entrenched out. No, bro.
They say put your money on something, man.
On Bob Marley.
I'll put my money on Bob Marley over Shaggy.
I'm putting my money on Shaggy over Bob Marley.
Fair enough.
In China and Albania and them places there.
Yeah, bro. You got to think of like old movies that their parents might have showed them, old adverts.
What movie in China they showing their kids that they hear Bob Marley? Like, what?
But I don't know why you think they're gonna hear flipping.
Look, this is Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. This is my favorite. This is my favorite film. That's not happening.
Hey.
Listen, what?
Like considering how big Nigeria is, yeah, and the only
He might be a basketball player. Be surprised, like a larger one or people like that. That man there could just be that. Sometimes it's sport. It ain't even music. Because remember,
sport
in
does
certain
transcend.
countries, you're not allowed to listen to certain music.
Yeah, sport does transcend. To be fair,
Because I think there was one time when I saw this video and they were talking about.
I'm gonna Google most famous Nigerian person.
They were like, they went to this rural town in China and they didn't really know anyone. But the only two people they knew was Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson. That's how mad they transcended life. That in a town in China that didn't really have TV like that, whatever, they knew Michael Jackson and they knew Michael Jordan, bro.
So on the list, you have the likes of Fela Kuti, Hakeem Olajuwon,
Told you.
Davido, Wizkid, Good Luck, Ebele, Jonathan. I'm guessing he's at
Was that the president? Philip Jonathan?
Yeah. Tiwa Savage.
In China?
No, I just typed in most famous Nigerians.
Oh.
Yeah. Yemi Adelaide, John Boyega, Sade.
And I can't lie, this list doesn't really tie in what you were talking about.
I know, it doesn't.
Because you're just naming random famous Nigerians, which is cool, but we're talking about Nigerians that transcend the continent of Africa into places that don't have the spot, that don't listen to Afrobeat like that.
But I agree with you. But I'm just telling you, I just typed in. Oh, Zendaya's Nigerian.
Zendaya,
Yeah.
the woman that going out with Tom Holland.
Yeah. Her dad's...
She's mixed race, yeah, she's mixed.
Her dad's Nigerian, while her mum's German and Scottish.
She took a lot of her mum, boy.
Interesting.
He's in the cookout when he goes to meet a family and there's just bare black brothers there.
No?
Yeah, there's one like cookout, like she goes to the family home and there's a cookout and yeah, there's bare black youths there, bare black man. I was like, wait, is that yard?